Yeah, very good afternoon, my dear students and my dear parents. So, welcome to the last day of our induction program. So, in the first 3 days, we had the session regarding the inaugural of the VNR, and next followed by introduction to department activities by Dr. B.B. Kiran ma'am. And then we had the session about the mentee-mentor interaction by Baby ma'am. And apart from those, we had the sessions from Avaya Foundation and different type of activities that we have conducted. So finally, we came for the final day of our induction program. So today, we are very much proud to have Subramanian Garu, senior consultant from TCS. So as a part of industry expert talk, we are scheduled this particular event. Okay. Before handovering the mic to Subramanian Garu, let me have a small profile about Subramanian Garu. Hey, Subramanian Garu, he's a senior consultant in TCS. Okay, he's having 23 years of vast experience in IT consultancy with Tata Consultancy Services, global delivery head and delivery partner for multiple accounts spread across the globe. Currently, he's working as delivery partner from TCS for multiple accounts. He worked across 10 global locations for Fortune 500 customers. He also managed several projects spanning into various locations related to manufacturing, telecom, and transportation domain and assurance. He is holding BTech degree in mechanical engineering, completed MBA finance and master in psychology, certified project management professional, and certified estimator concerned to function point. He is having strong academic young talent connect with the different engineering colleges in India and across the globe. He is faculty for ILP, Pragati, and several other management programs at TCS. He is also mentor for associates aspiring for management role, and is also a peer counselor. We are happy Subramanian Garu to have with us in the afternoon. So now I request Subramanian Garu to hand over the session.
Yeah, hi all. Good afternoon. I think we have around 1 or 10 minutes for our discussion. So I first congratulate and I thank you for college, VNRVJIET College for giving me this opportunity. And I congratulate all the students, who has joined. One of the pioneer college of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh together. I see VNRVJIET is one of the pioneering college. So I congratulate for that. And with that note, I would like to start. So as Sandeep has explained, my name is Subramaniam, and I'm working for TCS about 23 years, worked across different geographies, and currently I'm managing for a high-tech consultancy area as a delivery partner for a couple of accounts. So with that note, before I start my session, I would like to ask you maybe in a couple of associates. It's not required to spell out something, but you can put it in a chat box. What is your expectation from this session? As Sandeep mentioned, it is an introductory session. I'm prepared for that. But before I start my own dialogue, I would like to understand from you, at least couple of people. So, what is your expectation? So, maybe some generic ideas or guesses. Anything can be just post it in the chat box. So, based on that, I can maybe little modify or maybe I can align my discussion to give more value addition to you. rather than to me alone. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, we are getting the sessions questions from students, sir. One
Okay.
of the question is what we are studying is related to the work in the future and what we have to do exactly.
Okay. So, so okay. First question is, I mean, you're asking about what related to that or not?
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Okay. Next
Uh,
is our study is related to.
Next one, sir. What does the industry needs from most of our engineers?
Yeah, sir. What is industry requires? Okay, more or less the same. Anything else? Maybe at least I think three questions at least I would like to know from the audience.
Yes, sir. Another question is, can I have the detailed information about Industry 4.0?
Industry 4.0. Okay. Okay.
How TCS help us in growing and building our knowledge, especially for the CSBS students?
Okay. It is CSBS students means it's pattern designed by TCS, right?
Yes, sir. Of course, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Fourth question. Yes. Okay. Good. Good. I mean, so I hope you're able to see me and you're able to visualize and as well as you're able to listen to me, right? I mean, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, I mean, so one of the question, first question is you're asking about, I mean, what is related to the industry or requires by industry? Is our study is related to the job which we are going to do? So, in broader sense, yes. I mean, but some of the aspects needs to be groomed up, which is not maybe as per the academy requirement. Okay. So meaning like, see, if I have to put it in a simplest three or four bullet points, what industry is expecting. Number one, industry expect a good technology because technology is the one which is leading the world right now. Even when the last question, I think, or maybe the third question is also related to the same. What is Industry 4.0? It is Industry 4.0 or TCS also we are applied. I mean, we are saying in TCS 4.0, we are saying actually. So it's all about the technology driven approach. Why I am saying technology driven approach, even a small examples you can see. I think, I mean, here I can take a live example. I mean, couple of days back, or maybe 2, 3 years back, my daughter came to me and she asked me saying that her teacher has given a small work, I mean, homework. They have to write a item or a item living thing or whatever, an item which is not there 10 years, 15 years back, and without which people cannot live now currently. She came to me and she was asking me that can you help me about this? I gave a thought for 30 seconds. I said mobile. She's about 13 years actually. I mean, it was happened 2, 3 years ago. Around 10, 11 she was, and she suddenly said, "Dad, 10 years back, I mean, there was no mobile. If I have to reach you, how I can reach you?" I mean, the way she is asking a question is like, if no oxygen, how people can live? It got shocked me saying that how people are addicted to the technology, how technology is becoming a part of the people's life also. Rather than, I mean, I hope we know. I mean, yes, I mean, nowadays mobile is becoming another I can say whether it is ornament or whether it is another element in the body. without mobile, I don't think anybody can be seen in this world right now. I think whether you sleep, whether you eat, whether wherever you go, you are going with mobile. So without mobile, people are not there. So I mean, why I'm saying it is a different story that I'm going on to the mobile scenario, but mobile, when I'm saying it is a technology item. I think 15 years back, I mean 2000, uh, 10 or 2004 and 5 or something, it started the wave of mobile. I mean, even before that, if I see 93, 97, 98 and onwards, I mean, there was a pager and
Yes,
then slowly
sir.
it turned into a mobile. Once it is mobile, turned to be, I mean, the story has changed, I mean, a lot. Initially, it was only for calling and then for it is a video coverage and
No,
then
sir. I
for
doesn't know about the
movies,
your
transactions,
our session
whatnot.
already started
Now mobile is
with
no
industry
more
expert start.
a equipment just for a phone or it is a call. It is much, much, much more than that. So which can be done many things. You can study. I think school
Yes, sir.
nowadays it is a school
Yes,
from
sir.
home, work from home.
Ah,
So
it is
many things
common
are
for all,
happening.
sir.
So and so many business. I mean, you can transaction, you can
Yes,
see a
sir.
movie, you can book a ticket if you want a
Yes, sir.
flight tickets. There are so many apps in the world. I mean, what not? Everything, most of our day-to-day business, 90% of our job can
Yes,
be
sir.
done
Yes,
on
sir.
the
Yes, sir.
mobile. So
Yes,
this
sir.
is a
Yes, sir.
simple
Sir, I have a meeting, sir.
example of a
Is it okay?
technology, how it
Okay,
is
sir.
evolving and what is the importance of technology. Yes, you're also in the main core stream of the technology. When I say engineering, engineering one of the core stream of a technology. The coming back to the main story, I mean, what you asked me, the one of the question, what industry needs, or is our job, is our post studies relevant to the education, what we are doing it? Yes, it is very much relevant, but understanding the technology in a better manner and resolving it and in customer focused way. These are the simplistic manner I would like to tell you all, saying that how a technology can be deployed. Yes, one of the example I can take. So I
Sorry to
mean,
interrupt you, sir. Can you on your camera, please?
I think I did it. I mean, so why it is not coming? Are you able to see me now?
Not yet, sir.
Why? I did it. Camera is on. Why? And maybe some problem.
Or else, shall we continue the session, sir? No problem. Meanwhile, we will
I
be.
mean, it is mandatory. I previously when we tried, I mean, it was working, but
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not sure why it suddenly.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, camera is not starting. I don't know why. Or maybe I have to disconnect and connect. Is that okay if you want? Maybe a
Yeah,
minute.
yeah, yes, sir. No problem, sir. Dear parents, sorry for the inconvenience from our side. Okay, we'll catch you in less than 30 seconds.
Yes, yes. One second. Yeah, one second. Thank you. Sorry for that is inconvenience caused.
My dear parents and my dear students, I mean, today discussion is how your BTech is related to the industry and what the industry are in need. Ask the questions related to these particular aspects. Okay, don't ask about what is exactly CSBS, what is exactly of artificial intelligence and other different type of specializations. Why? Because tomorrow, that is on Monday morning, we will be having a separate session to every individual students related to your own degree and your own specialization concerned by the concerned coordinators. Okay, sorry for the inconvenience. Sorry, Subramanian is going to join within less than 30 seconds. Don't think otherwise, my dear students and my dear parents. We had just 5 minutes back itself, we had already checked everything is appropriate. Then only we had started the session. Somehow there is a small technical issue and technical problem at the speaker side. Still, most of the students are asking about the YouTube chat, WhatsApp group link and other things. Yesterday also we had posted the link in the YouTube chat. Okay, please join in that particular groups. So most probably by the end of the day, we are going to have the timetables in your WhatsApp group. So any communication to you is only through the WhatsApp group. Okay, try to understand. So everyone has to be there in that particular WhatsApp group. Still, most of the students are asking for this laptop configuration. My dear students, at every day, at the end of the day, in the WhatsApp group, we are sending the basic laptop configuration. Okay, don't be tense about the Microsoft Teams accounts. Today itself, we will be by the end of the day itself, we will be giving the total Microsoft Teams accounts. Okay, welcome Subramanian Garu. Sorry for the inconvenience, my dear students.
I think there is some problem, or I'm not sure everything is fine, but camera is not picking up. I'm sorry for that. So I think we should continue in the same fashion.
Yes, sir.
I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
it was working a minute ago when I checked it, but it is not working now. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, okay, sir. No problem, sir. You can continue the session, sir.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. So as we were speaking about, I mean, technology is one of the dominant or one of the important point. I mean, we are is the important topic for the discussion, and as well as for the students also to pick up that in a required fashion. One, understand the technology with a social importance and a customer focused way. Why I am telling it is really important. There are several patterns we can see right now how business opportunities are being popped up. And one of the major interest of why I mean engineering streams are started. Yes, job is one of the criteria. Is also I'm not saying no, but it is actually to encourage individual entrepreneurship. I mean, so it is a business models which you need to think about it. One has to think in to resolve the social issue, and that can be converted into a business model also. So one of the example I can say a technology linked with the business model and as well as with the consciousness of a customer focus. Simple example, like everyone, I think almost like whoever is there on the call right now, everyone has that app is called, I mean, maybe Uber, Ola, whatever the, I mean, cab booking app, I mean, you have it on your mobiles. So I used to travel, I mean, not now because of this COVID scenario. Before that, I used to travel very heavily. So at least twice a month or something, I used to start at 4:30 in the morning and return in the 11 in the night. And so for just to travel before and after travel, I mean, to go to airport and come back home, I used to have a very what called focused planning rather than a flight planning. I mean, flight journey planning. Pick up from my home and drop to my home was a mitigative and very stressful job. It was actually I have to check whether the pickup guy came or not, or maybe how I'm going to pick up. Because even returning was okay, but while going to airport, I have to check before. I mean, the day before night. I mean, whether the guys, I mean, is know that I mean is coming or not. Sometimes it so happens they may not come back. I mean, saying that suddenly, sir, I'm not coming. I'm arranging someone else. I mean, they don't know the address. So many issues were there. Now it's just a phone away. I can say. I mean, just I mean, if I have to start at 6 o'clock, 3:30. I mean, woke up. I mean, by the time I get fresh up and I get dressed up, I start booking my cab, and by the time I'm ready, or even before I ready in 5-10 minutes before itself, cab will be at my doorstep. I mean, I'll get a call saying that sir, cab is at your home because they use my GPS location and my history will be there. So automatically cab will be there in less than 10 to 15 minutes. Actually, before I ready, I mean cab will be there, and I have a comfort that I mean no need to tell them which route do they need to take and how they can navigate, with how much speed they can go. All these things are controlled because that is a company again. They have their own guidelines. All these things. Yes, people may say that some of the exceptions. I would like to minimize or maybe defocus those points right now for the discussion sake. So it is a technology, and when I say the problem or a business challenge, I can say rather than a social problem, if I can say challenge, business challenge is actually availability of a cab on time. So which was actually made easy for the customer's life. Whenever you want, you can book it, and probably yes, you may have to pay some little more. I mean, if you are booking at uneven hours or peak hours, they will call it. I mean, yes, even though what I was paying before and what I'm paying now is much lesser, and the comfort and the uh, um, guarantee of travel is 200% guaranteed for me. So this is a one problem, business problem or a business challenge picked up and converted by using the technology with a customer focus, right? Whenever you pick up the phone, you will see, I mean, why I'm saying customer focus, the designing app, I mean, you should understand who are your users, I mean, how they are going to use your app. Based on that, you need to design your app and I mean, make use of not only, yes, there may be focused users and unfocused, meaning you need to think India is approximately 50% of literacy. You can say urban. Maybe I'm focusing on urban, not semi-urban and rural areas. Urban area, if you can focus more than 50% educated people, but there is a literacy less people also. They might be also using it, because if you see Uber or Ola or whatever the apps you are using it, it has a very clear pictures, and without even study read much also you can start booking the your cab. It doesn't require any education skills also, right? It doesn't require any educational skills also to book a cab for you. So again, I would like to say technology, business challenge, and customer focus. So what are the areas? I mean, you can see how many cabs around near you within 5 minutes, 10 minutes distance, and even after booking also you can see how many minutes away. I mean, if the cab is arriving to you, and if it is arrived, I mean, immediately you will see that. I mean, cab is at your doorstep. Everything is visualizable. So this is a technology and customer comfort and customer focus, especially it is coming up. So, and I hope, I mean, if I go to the little more of the business model, I hope you all know none of the people, I mean, in this area, meaning like especially Ola, Uber, whoever, they own very minimal or zero fleet, meaning they never own any cabs or any vehicles or none of the vehicles. I mean, most of these services are leased, or they, I mean, the drivers own, I mean, they'll pay per drive or whatever the business model. So one of the biggest car services or cab service provider, I mean, I think Uber, I mean, previously as per the statistics, I mean, they have zero fleet. I mean, they don't own single car on their name, but they are the world's biggest cab providers. And their earnings also, I mean, it is huge, and technology utilization is also very high, and customer satisfaction is also very high. So again, I want to emphasize my discussion today is, maybe you asked a question, but even my discussion point is also today is mostly in the technology side. I mean, you also, everyone has to focus on the technology front. I mean, people may have some questions. I think some of the associates may ask a question saying that previous colleges, they said, sir, what about non-IT colleges, non-IT students? I mean, if they are going for a business, if they are going for IT business area, as I mentioned right now. So when this Uber business, I mean, it is actually, it is a combination of travel domain. Travel domain means somebody has to understand how the driver will drive it, what are the preferences of the driver, what are the preferences of a customer, what are the road safety rules, what are the driving conditions. All these things somebody need to understand the travel domain importance, and while designing the application, while coding the application, while deployment, even while the execution, every area a travel domain consultant is required for the company. And similarly, there are so many. If you just walk into a ATM machine, you just take some money, right? I mean, you just push your card, whether it is a maybe you have a SBI credit card, a debit card, whether any bank debit or credit card, you just walk into any bank ATM, you just push your credit card, I mean, a debit card, you enter your PIN code and you collect the money, you walk away anywhere in the world. If it is a Visa or Master or something, whatever is stamped. So what it will take, couple of simple steps. You need to enter your PIN, you enter your money. Once you enter your money, if the ATM is functioning, if ATM has that money and your account is also has that money, automatically amount will be brewed into the ATM machine. You collect the money and walk away. How it is happening, how simple it is. ATM, I mean, if I go back around 25, 30 years back, just to withdraw a 1,000 rupees amount, you have to go to a bank, write a teller, I mean, you have to write a check, or maybe the cashier slip or something. They used to say you write it and you be in a queue, and then maybe 15, 20 minutes based on the scenario, you collect the money and then you need to walk away. So, unless it is a bank is open, you cannot collect the money. 30, 35 years back. Now it is completely changed. Anytime, midnight, whatever the time you want or walk in, whether it is your bank, whose bank, it doesn't matter. Again, coming back to the technology focus. See, ATM machine, if you see the machine, it is a mechanical device as such. But the driving factor is completely automation, and it is a software system. When you push your card, actually a machine will take the card, and once it is taking the card into the system, the data will be start reading by the computer system. Once the data is read, I mean, it connect to the necessary banking information system. Accordingly, amount will be allowed to the bank, so that amount will be popped up into the popped up, I mean, brewed into the machine, and then you collect and go back. So there is a mechanical operations are involved. A mechanical engineer required to do this such kind of operation. So where I need banking domain expert, because ATM machine is completely a financial information. Even 1 rupee mistake is also it is not acceptable as per the RBI law or any government law. If something goes wrong, there are charges. That is a different story. If it is a mismatch of funds, I mean, if you withdraw 10,000, if I am minusing, if I am charging you 10,000 1 rupees for no reason, if it is a charge of 20 rupees, that's a different story. But I cannot charge you 1,000, 10,000 1 rupees, just 1 rupee. But I have to have the very conscious of how much money, because financial transactions are very, very, very critical and very high secured and complex scenarios. So, a financial domain consultant is required. A chartered account or maybe a accountant capabilities are required. And second, a mechanical engineer required. And third, a software engineer required. So, together, a ATM machine is built. I hope you understand the complexity and the importance of the business, how it is being translated. We might be seeing one item as a machine, ATM machine, but when you look at the ATM machine, it has a combination of different technologies and different domain people are working on it. So again, I'm coming back to the technology focus. So here again, ATM machine is a combination of three technologies, or maybe rather two technologies, one domain consultant, mechanical technology, and then software technology. Together they are working on it. So again, coming back to the story, technology. Focus of the technology is very important. So I would like to re-emphasize the point to all students, I mean whoever is on the call. So I would like to emphasize the point that so you are the users of many technologies right now. Whatever the technologies you are seeing in the current world right now, it is actually you are going to be the developers for the same. To understand how simple and how complex scenario is becoming a simple to the customer, so you are going to be the developer for that. Think in that direction. You are the user and you are going to be the developer. So how you are going to develop those applications? You simple take anything, I mean whether it is a any app or even a simple mobile also. If you take a smartphone right now on your phone, maybe take, I mean, A Srinivas, B Srinivas, X, Y, Z, some Srinivas names you have stored in your mobile. So maybe 5 years back or 3 years back also, when you search for a name, if you type for a Srinivas, automatically first comes A, B, C, D. It is sorted on alphabetical order. I mean, how you have stored in your mobile. But now, if you search some, just you type a Srinivas, it may come B or C or D Srinivas, whichever is comes faster, because whichever is using more by you, that will come on the top list, not because of the sorted. And the similar fashion, it is sorted by the usage by you. So there is a AI or ML is already installed in your Android or maybe iOS phone or whatever you are using it. AI or ML platforms are already inbuilt in your application. So it is not a simple Android. I hope. I mean, it is so many examples I can give, and you people know better than me also how mobile usage can be done. So you are the developers for that. So simple things. I mean, without knowing you, you are getting so many benefits. And you are going to be the developers for the same. So I would like to re-emphasize the point that technology again. These are all the example summary technology. So I would like to share a small PPT. I mean, I won't take much time. I mean, so what are the latest technologies in my view? I mean, in the current scenario, it is not limited to that. I mean, there may be too many other technologies may come into the picture. So are you able to see my screen? Hello, Sandeep? Sandeep? Hello?
Yes, sir, your screen is visible.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, some of the digital technologies I would like to highlight. I mean, probably I mean, you may be first year, I think first year mostly 60-70% or even more is of a generic subjects, meaning like when I say generic, meaning physics, chemistry, and I'm not sure, I didn't remember. I mean, I had completed my graduation some time back. I mean, so maths M1, M2, M3, M4 like that. There are some subjects on which are some generic, and slowly they will introduce you. First year is some uh, subjects. Hello, can you go on mute, please? Others, yeah. So as you go on further, I mean, you will be able to see more and more engineering subjects. But from the day one, I would like to say, I mean, nowadays it is for the students. I mean, 7th class to 10th class students also coding is started. Coding is one of the top parameter, the technology which you wanted to grow in the industry. Whether TCS or industry, any industry is expecting coding. Technology. I mean, technology means at your level, coding is one of the prominent and very much required skill in this area. I hope another example I can say. Previously, you guys used to go. I mean, we schedule and come to your colleges and have a test from your colleges. I mean, then written test in a pen and paper related, and then you. I mean, we evaluate and campus interviews like that. Now, even our complete campus interviews are it is completely digitized. There is no human intervention or minimum intervention where we are not going to any campus interviews. So you have to take, I mean, Ninja or digital test, I mean, which is, I think, going to happen or it happened, it's already closed, I think. Once you take the Ninja test, I mean, based on the results, I mean, you will be sent across from your home. You can take a video, I mean, interview. Based on that, we will take the next steps and we are planning to take it up. So, I mean, even our test, I mean, previously it was only logical reasoning, it used to be. Now, I think 50% is the logical reasoning, 50% is the coding test. So, which indicates that what is the importance of the gear shift, not only TCS, many of the other IT companies also, if you see right now, their entrance exam is completely changed. Previously, it was entrance exam was uh, only in logical reasoning, some English and that related subjects were there for most of the IT companies. Now every company, I think TCS is the, I mean, trend setter, I can say, which has started 3 years back to 3 to 4 years back. I mean, having this learning platform. From that platform, we used to have our platform called ION, one of the examinations platform. By utilizing that, we pitched in for overall in India and across the world. I mean, we are launching this test, especially for India focused. I mean, initially, so that test is actually included all the basic information. So 50% is the non-technical, meaning like analytical skills, and 50% is the focused on the technology. So these are the technologies I would like to emphasize, which you may need to focus as you move on. I mean, you complete. I mean, 4 years. I mean, when you join before the college, one is the mobile computing skills, as we discussed now. How mobiles are computing. I mean, what are the different technologies used in it, and secondly, social media. How social media systems, I mean, are popular right now. how those things can be built in. I'm not talking about the popularity of the tool right now. Yes, maybe that is also one of the point, but importance is the system behind it, meaning like how development is happening, what are the skills required, and then third one is, I mean, big data. Fourth one is the robotics, AI, artificial intelligence, and ML, machine learning are the skills. And then automation is one of the other important area. And then internet security. One of the major concern is the security. I mean, when I'm talking about everything, cloud computing, mobile computing, social media, automation, big data, robotics, everything, without having a proper security, I mean, which the complete system is going to fail. So, I mean, it is all interdependent. I mean, one can choose. I mean, I'm not saying all to choose everything, but choose one or two topics which you want to become an expert. Before join or before go for a campus interviews, if you could able to complete one or two certifications or maybe concentrate on one technology, get certified in that area. There are so many platforms or portals are there, Udemy, IBM portals, so many portals are available. They're giving a free classes, I mean free webinars, and as well as some videos are there where you can learn and you can get certifications also for free. So I suggest all of you to get certified in that direction so that your campus interviews can be little easy or maybe more easy. I mean, I cannot say which how much percentage they can consider based on the requirement, but certainly it will add a value compared to your next fellow. I mean, whoever is going to have the certification. Okay. So I have a detailed presentation on these things. I mean, one slide for each. I mean, based on the timelines, I cannot go through much. I mean, these are the mobile technologies. I mean, what is a mobile technology? I mean, what are the technologies involved in each? When I say mobile computing, what are the different technologies in this area? PHP, WordPress, HTML, Java, by using jQuery, all these technologies will be contributing towards building on applications like iPhone and iPhone, iOS systems, Android, Windows phones, and BlackBerry, Symbiasis. I mean, different technologies can be built in by using those technologies. And social media, yes, I mean, these are the very huge or vast technologies in this area because it is supposed to be very light application and run faster. So because response time, you cannot wait for 5 minutes and so that it will be responding. So it is all instant messaging kind of a services which need to be respond within nanoseconds actually. So your technology is supposed to be running very thin on mobile platforms or whichever the platform and produce a quick results. And big data, as you all know, huge data is available nowadays. When I'm talking about how I'm able to store that data, how I can validate, I mean, so velocity, how fast I'm able to respond. Veracity means trusted and untrusted. You may get it data from different sources, so how you clean it and store the data. So big data means, I mean, 4 V's, I mean, they will call it as volume, velocity, veracity, and variety. So your input can be too many sources. One can be social media, one can be a formatted input from your company, one can be some HTML files, some in different areas. You may get 100 sources and 100 varieties of a data, huge terabytes of a data, store it in a right pattern and pull it in a quick time. I mean, the velocity is also important and presentation is also important. So big data is one of the booming area where people are expecting to uh, go grow more and more actually. So it is a big set of tools in big data area. So Spark, Hive, Pig, so many tools are available. These are all from internet only. You need not note down or anything. You just remember a couple of points and you can just search it and you can find it. And then cloud computing. What is cloud computing? So when I'm talking about mobile technology and cloud computing, what are the sources? So artificial intelligence. So different technologies available in the artificial intelligence area. So these are the kit of tools available in this area. So Facebook and everyone, as I said, I mean, continuous research is happening in the AI, artificial intelligence area. So you know how it works actually. I mean, different customers, Qualcomm, Flipkart, Facebook, I mean, and Amazon, different groups are forming different alliances and to make, I mean, their research serve better their customers. IoT, Internet of Things, how you can control your systems wherever you are sitting across the world. Security, I'm talking about cyber security and information security. So how you are storing your data in the system and it cannot, everything cannot be visible to everyone. There is a security guidelines, I mean information security guidelines, which and how you can display and store it also. If you are storing a credit card number of a customer, I mean, you cannot show the on the system the complete credit card number. So there are some guidelines, international financial guidelines. Accordingly, you need to store it, and accordingly, you need to reflect it also on the system. Cyber security meaning how secure is your application. So I mean, no one should hack into it. I mean, no one should enter into the system, right? There are different technologies in this area. So I posted a link also. If you remember ibm.com.marketplace, if you go there, you can search for a different certifications offered by them and you can get certified. This is how we deployed in TCS the security levels. I mean, how we are forming a 5 levels of security in our organization. So automation, when I'm talking about too many things, I mean, unless you have the greater level of automation, so you can't achieve the speed of delivery. So agile is one of the new model. Previously, it was a waterfall model. To build an application, it used to take 6 months to 1 year, or even more. Now, I mean, you are seeing application every 2 weeks or 3 weeks. There are some updates are coming. So this is called a agile model, agile way of working in. Rather than a waterfall model. So in agile model, every 2 weeks a tangible delivery should be there. So if it is a 2 weeks delivery, so how you are, I mean 2 weeks delivery, how you are able to design your application, design, development, testing, and then delivery deployment in the production. So it has to happen all 3-4 cycles in the same period of the time, right? So networking, how strong is your networking? Is also one of the area, and network testing. So I would like to take a pause here. So in case if you have any questions, because we are almost like 45 minutes completed right now. I mean, even in between there was a break also. We have completed 45 minutes actually approximately. In case if you have any questions, I would like to take up any one or two questions here and then move on to next 10 to 15 minutes. Sandeep, Kiranmayi, ma'am, maybe you are on mute.
Sir, just a minute, sir. Actually, the problem is we are delivering the lecture through this Google Meet, and the students are interacting through YouTube channel. So
Okay, no problem.
we will ask those questions whatever the raised by the
Yeah,
students
sure.
to do, sir. Just a minute, sir.
Okay.
Please give me a
Okay.
minute of.
Okay.
Sorry for the small delay from my side, sir.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Yeah.
Sir, one of the question is, what sort of skills apart from our department courses we need to gain?
Okay. What sort of questions?
What sort of
What?
skills?
Okay. Apart from academy, what skills? See, okay. Maybe if I'll take one more time. I mean, I'll present something here. A small video. I'd like to take a minute video. I'll present here. So it is a commercial ad which you have seen. I hope you are able to see, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sandeep? Yeah. So okay. I'm able.
अमर कहाँ है? मुझे क्या पता, तुझे पता होगा। मुझे क्या पता? New car, insane bro. चल treat अभी। चल तुमको को चाय पिला। चाय? आगे पेपर। 150 किलोमीटर फॉर चाय। Awesome. चल। You, me and Geeta. बोल तो सीता को भी ले आए। क्या सस्पेंशन है यार? देख ही नहीं रहा। Don't touch यार। You wanna drive? Yes. आइसक्रीम बना दिया यार। इसके तो पोस्टर बनेंगे। तुझे भी ऐसे ही घुमाएंगे बेटा। कुछ सीख मोड गाड़ी भी राइट पे। देख टाइम भी फुल है अभी तक। So saying, यहाँ की चाय की खासियत ये है। हाँ। अरे प्यार बढ़ता है ना? अब चल पड़ो बस यूं ही। रेश है टाटा नैनो 2012।
Okay. So let's stop it here. So the reason why I presented this 1 minute video is, I mean, maybe you have seen several times this commercial advertisement on TV and YouTube or wherever it is. So if you look at the video, I mean, so you can understand one point actually, or maybe a couple of points we can learn from here. Number one, if you see the advertisement is less than 60 seconds, it is 61 seconds or something. I mean, it was previously before startup. I mean, there was 1-2 seconds delayed actually. If you see perfectly, it is exactly 58 to 59 seconds was the advertisement. So while building an advertisement, there are so many people, so many consultant efforts are going in. It is nowadays advertisement is not like it's just a small clip. It is throwing it on to the people. If you see Tata Nano, though I'm from a Tata group, I'm not marketing any product or item here. I just wanted to show easily how I can teach you all better. I mean, or how I can pass on my message to you all. So that is the reason I picked up one advertisement here to show you and how I can send my message very clearly. So if you look at this picture, this particular advertisement, it is not a very easy task to prepare a simple advertisement. The reason why I'm saying in 60 seconds, whatever they need to tell you, they need to present the story in a way that should reach their customers in a very strong. So when you go to their business or maybe when they go for buying, they should make their mind. It is not like some small story I want to tell. Yes, you need to tell a story and you need to make an impression to the customer also, right? If you look at, see Tata Nano, it was aimed for the not, economical model car actually, not a costly or, expensive car, right? And it is, they wanted to aim it for a initial level of customers, maybe who are starting their job initially. So that means, so you see, the advertisement was hosted just all are maybe around 25 to 30 or less than 30, right? So their aim is to find out only those, I mean, they aim by seeing the advertisement, you can see that their aim is to focus only that group is a group of people. Number one, maybe it's more, but actually their aim, it shows, I mean, their focus is customer group actually. Number two, while going, I mean, they take a small story of their love and affection, I mean, how they're saying it, and they explained it indirectly saying that what are the features available. I mean, first says, I mean, they're putting it, I mean, the guitar in between that shows that, I mean, four associates, I mean, they're able to sit, not only four, five can sit comfortably, number one, and it takes, I mean, overtakes a lorry which is going before. That means it has a better horsepower and also goes into a very rough road, I mean, in the hilly way. So this and all shows that the capabilities of the vehicle actually indirectly when showing the story, and in between that one of the fellow traveler says, "Arey, ice cream bana diya yaar." That means AC functions very well, and finally it shows, "Arey, itna dur aaya bhi still tank dekho full hai." That means there is a, I mean, high petrol efficiency of the vehicle also, or petrol or diesel, whatever the item which is the efficiency of the vehicle also. So in summary, it is, I mean, one, you all know, I mean, to show this one particular ad in a TV or YouTube or wherever, they have to pay per second. I mean, every ad is cut into three types actually, 15, 60 and 90 seconds. Based on the time and based on the budget availability, they will play accordingly. As you all know, morning 9 to morning 8:30 is 7 to 9 or 7:30 to 9 or something. It is called as a prime time. And evening similarly 8 to 10 or something, it is a prime time. Most of the Indians, I mean, they watch TV during that time. People might be going to offices, they see news and other things. And similarly, when you come back home, I mean, after your work from, when you're returning from work, I mean, you watch TV for entertainment, news, whatever. So these two periods, when you want to show their ad, it costs you too much. So maybe they will use it only for 15 seconds advertisement during that time based on the budget. So your advertisement is a cost focused, a commercial person should be evaluating all this kind of a parameter. And second, a psychological or social awareness person should be there who should see who is the focused customer, where I'm actually presenting this particular advertisement. And three, I need to show in a nicer way, saying all the features should be shown. So a technical person, maybe a automobile engineer or somebody should be there to show that, okay, while taking it can take over the car, it can go onto the hilly area, the efficiency is good. So he might explain in a better way, saying that what are the features of a car, and that is actually narrated into a movie, a cinematic way in a by a movie director or a film director or somebody. So it means it is not a simple story. It is a, though it looks like a very simple, but there is a complex phenomenon. It is a customer focused. Finally, I want to tell you, it is a customer focused. So yes, coming back to what is so what are the skills which are not mentioned in the academics, what I need to pick up is number one, customer focus. The customer focus is one of the important value, how you can understand better your customer, and communication skills. So because if you are choosing, any industry requires communication skills, but especially IT industry requires more and more customer communication skills. The only reason why we say is, I mean, even if I take a TCS revenue, I mean, TCS revenue, more than 90 to 95% of the revenue comes from outside India. When I say outside India, my customers are spread across the world. It can be Singapore, it can be Malaysia. I mean, APAC, if I say, I mean, it can be North America, it can be Dubai, it can be new market growth areas, it can be US, it can be North America, South America, anywhere in the world. My customers are across the world, and more than 90% of my workforce works from India, and only 10% of the workforce is sit across the world. And my employees are 140 nationals are I mean TCS employees, around 4.5 lakhs employees are there, in which 140 nationals are in there as a part of TCS employee group. 140 national, it is not India alone. I mean, I just wanted to let you all know, it is not India, US or something. 114 country nationals are part of TCS employee strength. So your fellow colleague maybe is non regional language speaker. He may not speak Telugu, he may not speak English, he may not speak either French also sometimes. So, okay, yes, I mean communication, one of the world's strong or more big communication language is English right now. We focus on that. I mean, yes, learning a non-English language is also really important. French and Dutch, and those things are really important. That's a different story. We can talk about that later. So, if I say communication skills, yes, your communication skills are highly important. The reason why we are saying 90% of my workforce sit at India and they communicate to the people across the world. I mean, what reasons you communicate to the people? When you are collecting a requirement, two, when there is some problem in the system, or three, you are giving a status on the system or saying that when the problem is fixed, I mean, how this can be deployed or how this can be used for further, I mean, or you may be giving us some training. So in all the areas, you are giving a one of the important communication area where you are giving information or you're taking information. If I take as the first thing, requirement collection. In IT industry or in IT business or in developing IT application, one of the first step is collecting the requirements. If you are not able to understand your customer rightly, the application going to be delivered later points, actually it is completely erroneous. So your first step, I mean, maybe 10 to 15% of your step is requirement collection. If your requirement collection goes wrong, everything goes wrong. So your attentiveness is required, and which, yes, there may be one or two people at on-site, they may also help you, but how do you do? I mean, all these things, it can be video call, it can be phone conference call, by which you need to talk to them and get the requirements done, and then design the application, showcase it. I mean, saying that if everything is perfect, and then go for a build the application and then delivery, deployment, whatever the next steps. So importance is one, 90% or 95% of my requirements are coming from outside India. So my customers are non-regional speaking people. So your communication skills are important. When I say communication skills, it is not only in English. Yes, it is a verbal and non-verbal. It is language. It is also clarity in your speaking, and you need to understand the customer focus. Again, when I say in international communication theory, it says that A party and B party. I am a party here. I mean, you are all B party today now for me. It becomes my interest or my responsibility that I should send a very clear message how it should reach you and it should add a value to you. And I cannot talk, I mean, I know little French and Dutch. Can I speak in French and Dutch? That is that going to add a value to you? No, because it becomes my value addition, my responsibility to give a clear information also which is aligned to the topic. I can tell you one small example here. I was involved in some of the interviews also, campus placements also. In one of the place, I mean, I don't want to take the department which is there. In one of the interview, I think I was asking associate, can you brief about yourself? That associate was saying, my father was in X department, and I have a 20 acres land in city center, and I have a big complex in city center, sorry, 25 acres land in somewhere, and big commercial complex in city center. All these things he is saying me in when I asked him to explain about yourself. I mean, is it a joke? When it is an interview, yes, it may be about himself or herself, but it is not required for me how much money worth you have. I mean, maybe this information is good where in maybe in marriage proposals and in marriage bureau, right? But not exactly in technical interview, right? But I mean, that means you don't have a focus. Information may be right, but that information is wrong in the given scenario. So that is what I say. Communication with a customer focus or with your intent of stakeholder focus. So these are the skills which I expect you to pick up. Okay. And I would like to stop here, and I would like to answer fourth question, CSBS. I mean, how TCS is supporting. I hope many of your lectures might have explained it already. TCS has designed completely this pattern for 4 years. Your curriculum is designed completely by TCS in alignment with AICTU, and it is not only for Hyderabad. I mean, and Telangana. We are trying to deploy it across India. So TCS is specially supporting this. I mean, it is. I mean, we will come and give a guest lectures, and I frequency. I don't want to say monthly, weekly, or quarterly like that, but it is well supported by TCS. Our senior associates will come and give support in each of the topic of in that particular area. It is all depends on the college also how better they can utilize with in connect with TCS, and we are also offering remote internships. I mean, during the third and fourth year also, it is not required. I mean, because it's all digital right now. So it is right now. This meeting is also one of the example. Previously, before COVID scenario, if it is the this introductory meeting, it is to be a very big conference hall where parents and students will be there, and people will be with blazers and huge big crowd, and people have to block their whole day and saying big bonanza of activity might be there. Now it is so simple. People are sitting, I mean, at their home. I mean, it is just I blocked it my 1 hour. I mean, 1:15 to 2:25. I mean, maybe 10 minutes before I just blocked it to check the WebEx and also this Google Meet. Other than that, nothing. So otherwise, I would have supposed to be blocking at least half a day or more than at least 1 day to half a day minimum. So completely it is a digital away. I hope you all know I'm right now calling from TCS Varanasi location, and I'm talking to you from Varanasi. And most of the people here at different places of Telangana and Andhra, and maybe some people are outside the Telangana and Andhra also. We're all connected with just a Google Meet. This is a technology example. I mean, Google Meet, it was there, but it is completely picked up just COVID, just before COVID scenario or I mean, COVID scenario only. So how fast, I mean, they could able to develop and they could able to reach, and they're able to get their money back into their system. I mean, once they're doing it. So this is one of the simple live example which you are using it, and so many OTT. I mean, you are seeing movies. It is not you. It is we are seeing movies. So many movies are released on OTT platforms. Crores of rupees. I mean, in case of previously, it is 1,000 theaters, 2,000 theaters, 4,000 theaters. Likewise, people used to say. Now it is simply on OTT platform, maybe Amazon Prime or maybe Netflix or whatever the way. So these are all the latest trends. I mean, all, I mean, yes, behind the technology, I would like to highlight not Netflix, not Amazon Prime, I'm advocating here. Understand the technology, how the platforms are built in, how seamlessly, I mean, it is just an app away, just install an app, you just see the movie. It's a matter of subscription. You pay the money, immediately it is activated next second, and you see continuously seamless. When I say seamless, I mean just click it and you can see. My mom is actually 65, 70 years old. I mean, I set up something on her mobile, YouTube and whatever. I mean, whenever she is get bored, I mean, she's happy, and from her bed, I mean, she sees the movies, serials, whatever she wants. She's happy. Technology. So again, customer focus. So I mean, these are the things. I mean, how mobile related apps and other things are coming. It is a customer focus. Communication, all these things. I mean, when I say academy wise technology, yes, non-academic skills are maybe which are, I think, even though it is a non-academy, every college, I think VNRVJIET also takes the responsibility from 3-1 or 3-2 onwards. I mean, they put you through personality development coaches, how you need to talk, how you are able to understand the people. When I say communication skill, it is not only speaking, it is two. It is listening and it is speaking. Verbal and non-verbal. Verbal, it is talking, and also listening. It is not hearing. Listening and hearing is completely different. Two, I mean, it is non-verbal, meaning writing skills and maybe documentational emails or some. Those things will come under as a non-verbal skills. So these are all the set of non-academic. Though it is non-academic, it is now becoming unofficially part of the academic skills only. They are trying to boom, but these things cannot be mugged up unless you practice it. You can't get it. You need to speak to become a good speaker, but you can't read to become a good speaker. Yes, you need to read, to understand the content, but you need to be a good speaker and you need to practice it. Okay. So I would like to stop here now. I suppose, I mean, Sandeep sir, I answered all 4 questions. I mean, whatever they've asked, I mean, other questions also. Last 5 minutes
Yes,
right
sir.
now.
There is a one question, sir. Sir, do industries really require any specialization other than CSC, like CSBS, AML, data science, and cybersecurity? Can't a CSC
Yes.
students can compete with all the above programs?
Okay. See, okay. Is that the question, sir? I mean, can you say something?
Yes, sir. That is a question, sir.
Okay. So when the subject is becoming vast, specialization it is called as a specialization. If you take a simple example again, when we started our career in 93, I mean, actually, I'm a diploma. I did my diploma in mechanical engineering and BTech mechanical engineering actually. So when I was in diploma in 1886 to 90, I was a diploma student. During that time, there was no department for computer. It's computer department also. It was a part of electronics department. I hope, I mean, some of the senior professors might be knowing it actually. There was no computer science department at all. Till 90s also, there was no computer science department. It was part of the electronics department. Later, by seeing the importance and by seeing the size of the system, it is divided and it is grown up like anything right now. And it is driving and yielding much more money to India. Right? So similarly, whether the specializations are required, yes, it is required. I mean, even in the doctor also. If you see, I mean, maybe 40, 50 years, I mean, if you say doctor, doctor is MBBS only. Now, in doctors, so many doctors are there. It is ophthalmology, it is a orthopedic, it is a gynec, it is a whatnot. I mean, I think some of the ologies are, I don't even know. I mean, actually, though my brother is a doctor actually, some terminologies I'm still understanding. There are too many new things are coming up. Maybe sooner you will see that COVID specialist also, right? There may be a COVID specialization is also will come. There is a, I mean, so many things. I mean, yeah, likewise, the size matters actually. Size in case of number of people working, size of the business in that area, that all defined or depends on the specialization in that area actually. Right? So, I mean, I mean, that's all the answer I can say. Yes, these are all separate skills are required. I mean, it is, yes, it is gone on top of it is engineering. In engineering, there are different branches. One of the branches is computers. In computers, if we go in depth, actually, there is a database expert is there, front end programmer is there, back end programmer is there, and security developer is there. Likewise, there are so many people are there. Likewise, it is important. Yes, as the I mean experience goes, people can pick up something, or from the campus itself, people can pick up something. But if you are somebody is doing for the sake of doing, then it is no value addition. When I say AIML, you supposed to build, I mean, some application. It is when I write it's just hello world. I mean, in Java, just I mean, as a learner, first program I learned is a hello world program. I mean, just printf, scanf kind of a system. I mean, commands we use it and we say, I mean, write a program, hello world. That is the first program I learned it in Java. I mean, 20 to 23 years back, sometime. I mean, so when I write a Java hello world program, am I an expert there? No, right? Okay, that's all. My answer, Sandeep.
Yes, sir. Under last question, sir. If you permit, can I ask the question?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, sir. Nowadays, people are talking about the product-based companies and service-based companies. What they differ and what are the skills that has to be required in both the companies?
Okay. See, product based examples are if you see Microsoft or maybe Uber itself is one of the I mean product or app. I mean product. We call it as a products only. So software products or maybe hardware products. If you can look at Honeywell, some of the companies, they may need hardcore, strong technical skills in that particular area. Meaning, like when I say Microsoft, you are building a kernel of the system, you are building a Microsoft application, you are building a Windows of the system, which is operating system. One has to be very, very strong in the technology area, and also understanding the complete flow of the application is really required. So that is Kale. I mean, because of the time, for very small right now. I mean, I'm closing it quickly. So product companies requires very strong, I mean, coding skills. It doesn't mean that, I mean, service-based companies doesn't require strong skills, but whereas compared to service-based companies, product companies requires strong development skills, program skills. That is the reason I think you might be knowing it, sir, where product-based companies, I mean, go through several rounds of interview in technical. It is not one round of an interview. Whereas service-based companies, maybe one or two technical interviews and immediately they'll close the discussion, because their nature of the job is actually understanding the logical information of a customer. So I'm building application for, so VNRVJIET requires a application to build a website. So that is one application. To build that application, I need a domain and as well as the application skills. It doesn't require very strong skill like compared to building a kernel of application, kernel of a operating system. So in that comparison, if I say so, whereas development skills or maybe the technical skills are supposed to be very, 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 very strong in the product development area, and whereas compared to other service-based company, while technology is little minimal, but other skills, communication skills, how you are able to present your business to the customer, communication is really required. So in that is what, in summary, in a given short period of the time, I can come in answer the question, Sandeep sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, these are the major questions people are asking for. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Subramanian Garu. In spite of your busy schedule, upon our request, you came here and sparing 1.5 and 2 hours of time with us and sharing your point of view about the technology and other things to our students. To be frank, sir, dear to our students and dear parents, a small technical issue from our speaker. I mean, if the video has been there, it will be much more emphasized about the things. I think so, sir. It is
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we checked it just 2 minutes before or 3 minutes before. I don't know why suddenly it is not working.
yeah, yes, sir. Things will happen, sir. Sorry, sir. No problem.
Yeah,
Even though
yeah,
your speech is very much enlightening for our students, sir.
yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you
I,
very much, sir.
I wish you best of luck to all the students. I mean, for your career progress. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, thank you. I'm disconnecting, Sandeep.
Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I will catch
Thank
you
you very
in
much.
10 minutes, sir. Next, I will
Yeah,
start with the next session, sir.
sure. Not a problem, sir. Thank
Yeah,
you very
yes, sir.
much.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, my dear students, let's come for the next session. Next session is about the VNR differentiatives. Actually, every engineering college will be having different type of things. How VNR is different from other engineering college? What exactly VNR is looking for? What the different things that students are going to learn in our VNR? Okay, let me call our professor, Dr. C. Kiranmay ma'am, to take the part and share his views about the VNR differentiatives in our VNR college. Over to Kiranmay ma'am.
Thank you, Sandeep. Welcome to the last day session of the induction program, my dear students. By now, you must have had a vast experience or listening to so many number of people with so much of inputs. In fact, the earlier lecture was so inspiring. He took the basic examples and went into your shoes to explain how important is the domain what you have selected. So is the case when you are with the domain and all, and you would like to go ahead with the 4 years of engineering. There should be some method of how you can excel yourself among the other who are also graduating from the various other institutes. In this pursuit, we have come up with the various differentiators that can be taken up to see that our student will be identified in a group. He is not within a group, but he is an individual who can solely get identified through their gestures, through their knowledge, and through their presentations. So this can be known, like while I was listening to the talk of Sri Jayaprakash in the morning, probably you were also, J.D. Lakshman, you were also part of it. So therein he was telling that when you improve your knowledge, automatically it reflects on your communication skills. So how best you can improve your knowledge, or rather how can you remember whatever you are learning in your classroom will depend upon how it can be imparted from our side also. If you are doing it only from our side, it will be only a one-side music. So the participation of the student is equally important when in the current arena, the self-learning is playing the prominent role. Okay, so in this view, we have seen that how to make a classroom teaching interesting. Not only the theory part of it, even the laboratory sessions. Then when you are learning something, how are you going to represent it to the outside world? Not waiting till a person comes to employ you, or rather you're going to face the outside world when you're going to explain what you are. So all these things have been properly packed into a box right from the starting of your career, which will go like this. When you're in a classroom, it could be Wittenville concept. This word might have already become very much familiar for you for the past 3 days because it has been involved in many presentations that happened by the faculty of this particular college. So therein, the learning experience, which will be rightly explained by our coordinators who are solely taking the responsibility of the implementation of these differentiators. So Wittenville will be the theory oriented, what you are learning. Now anything, if it is related to a particular concept or rather a real-time example, then only you will be able to understand. Not that we are telling you a new story. The story may be old, but when you emphasize on the essence of it, you will be able to do justice. So yeah, just look into it. Sometimes when we continuously listen to the radio, when you are listening to a song or anything as such, it so happens that automatically you can buzz up. Maybe you are talking in the same words you are able to repeat, or the same music you are able to mimic. So that's why nothing is old, nothing is repeated as such. Yes, repetition does help. So therein, in Wittenville, so it could be an example what we already know, but how it is implemented. From your side, your innovative thought will be put into will, what you have learned, how you are going to relate it. So similarly, we have another experience of a VNR lab protocol, which could be very much similar to the practical sessions what you have done so far. But when I call it as a differentiator, my faculty member is going to explain how it is different from your already learned practical sessions with a proper story, the storyboard which will be reflected in your laboratory session. Now, when you're ready with all these, now before going for the presentation or before going to expose yourself to the outside world, there is a corner in the college, show and tell, wherein you can explain your learnings. It need not be a project, it need not be a particular concept. Something what you have invented or learned or you came across which you would like to share. But made it compulsory just to see that every student is going to participate. That's why before the submission of a project or a mini project or a main project, Show and Tell will be the platform for showcasing your talents and also your communication skills. So let me leave the platform to the respective coordinators when they are detailing about these differentiators. Wherein, please groom up, get into your shoes to adopt it and implement it. So wherever you can be automatically identified, hey, there goes a VNRVJIET student. We can get some information from that person. This is what I wanted to say. All the best to you. And my dear coordinators, please take up. Indira, you're going to go ahead with Wittenville?
Yes, ma'am.
Please carry on.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, one and all. This is Indira, Assistant Professor from the Department of CST. Now I'm here to present you the bit and build concept, one of the VNRVJIET differentiators. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. So, bit and build, acronym for why am I teaching what I'm teaching from teacher's perspective, and why am I learning what I'm learning from students' perspective, is one such initiative that has been embedded into the teaching learning process at the Institute since 2013 as a part of the education process reengineering. So, these are the delivery methodologies we follow to deliver the lecture in Vienna VJIET. The first one is chalk and talk, where we use blackboard to explain the concept. And the second delivery methodology is learning by doing, which we do in laboratory sections. DM3, collaborative learning, where students form as groups and discuss on the topic and share their knowledge through think, pair, share, and Kogel methods. DM4, demonstration of topic through physical or laboratory or audio visuals. DM5 is case study. DM6, course-based project, they work on real data. DM7, group project, and DM8, wit and build. So in every class, we follow DM8 methodology along with one of the above 7 methodologies, but DM8, which is delivery methodology 8 wit and build, is mandatory. This bit and will is a trademark built by Vignana Jyoti. So Vignana Jyoti is the proprietor and owner of the brand Bit and Will as per trademark registry's records. Trademark applicant Vignana Jyoti applied for the trademark Bit and Will on 2014-10-18. The Bit and Will trademark is applied to be registered under IP India records. The applicability of written will methodology in teaching learning process of engineering institutions, which would aim to bridge the gap between institutional academic systems and industry requirements. In recent days, outcome-based learning is becoming more important goal to enhance the quality of technical education with excellent parameters. This leads to reduce the gap between industry and academia by providing excellent graduates who plan their career as an employee or entrepreneur to develop society with their knowledge and skills. So what is this written will methodology with the teaching learning process? In fast changing trends in education, learning comes from multiple open sources with a wide choice of content and depends on learner capabilities. Outcome-based education, OBE, has become one of the main criteria or accreditation by the NBA, whereas the traditional education process emphasizes the inputs in terms of teaching staff, curriculum, labs, library, and other resources. OBE shifts from measuring the inputs and processes to include in the measure of outcomes. The implementation process of written will is structured in the framework. The format is prepared in the form of lecture plan and gave it to the concerned faculty to fix their contents of the syllabus into the format. So this document is purely transparent to the students so that the feedback is collected at the end of each class in the form of slip note or quiz or student presentation, etc. So this is the flow chart we followed for wit and will in 2013. So this is wit part and this is will part. Whereas in wit part, the teacher has to prepare a lecture plan containing the need, objective, application, outcome of each and every topic. And we also mention the videos, PPTs, and case studies wherever applicable and which are applicable for the topic with respect to the syllabus, concept, and topic, and we show it to we present to students. And after completion of every unit or topic, the student has to write their own words at the end of each class by taking his own application and consolidate their opinions, and they can give their opinions to the concerned teacher about and they also have to explain the need, objective, outcome, and application of a particular topic. So this is the methodology we followed in 2013 to 2013 from 2013 to 2017. So this is the big plan. prepared by the faculty, which consists of serial number, unit number. So we do this for all units of the subject. The date where the lecture when the lecture is delivered, the topic covered in that lecture date, why am I teaching that topic, what I am teaching in that class, and what is the outcome of that topic, and if any YouTube links or TED links are available regarding the topic we mentioned those links here, and NPTEL or other online course links are available, that also we mentioned in the document, and the real-time application where you can map this topic to real-time application, that application we mentioned here. So for the entire syllabus we take a single application and we try to map all the concepts of the syllabus to the same application. So this is the subject computer graphics and animation. So for this we took an application called as Doraemon. Using how to draw Doraemon by using computer graphics and animation, we teach to the students. Okay. So this is the format we followed from 2013 to 2017. Later, the format is refined. So from 2018, we are following this format. The flow is first we prepare scenario. For each and every subject, we prepare scenario before starting of the semester, and we prepare grid, which contains the syllabus of particular subject, and subject explained in terms of the scenario. That is, at the first week of the semester, particularly in the first class, we explain how this subject is explained in terms of the scenario, and at the start of each unit we tell students how this particular unit is explained in unit is mapped to the scenario, and in each and every class we map topic to the scenario. That means we explain each and every topic of the syllabus with respect to the scenario. That here we take a real-time application and we try to map the concept of syllabus to the application. So this is the sample scenario. This is the scenario prepared for the subject C++. There where the faculty have taken the scenario as mobile phone usage. So all the 6 units, all the topics of 6 units are mapped to the real-time application, which is mobile phone usage in this scenario. And just by looking at the story, these pictures, nobody can understand what's happening here. So for that, what we do is, after preparing the scenario, we write the description of that scenario, and after that, we show this to the senior faculty, and we also show this to industry people, and we take endorsement from the industry people. After that, the second step is we prepare a grid, which contains the topics of the syllabus which are mapping to the scenario. After that, unit wise, we prepare with format which contains scenario reference, unit, and the contents, how the contents of the syllabus are mapping to the scenario, and any relevant additional information. That means any other than this application, can you relate this topic to any other application that we mentioned here, and any video links or web links available on this topic that we mentioned, and the last one is signature of repository. This we prepare and we give it to students. After that, after preparing unit-wise grid report, we prepare topic-wise grid report also, so which in detail it explains how the topic is related to scenario. It will be more useful to the student. So here every topic is indeed explained in detail by mapping it with the real-time application. And at last, we prepare summary report, like how all the units are mapped to the taken scenario. Okay, so this is a comprehensive document and it should be presented to the class at the very beginning of the semester and at the end of the semester also. And this is build report. This report will be prepared by the students. So after each and every unit, the students have to prepare build report by taking their own application. See here with the bit concept, teacher explains the topics of the syllabus by taking one application. So after that, after the end of each and every unit, students has to take their own application and they have to map the concept to their taken application. So here what we do is we take 5 students as a group and we ask them to write will report for each and every unit. So here what are the points we ask the students is the first point is what did you learn from the unit? That they have to write what did learn from the unit. And second point was the application illustrated by the teacher is clear for understanding the topics covered in this unit. And third one, identify your own application to relate to the content learned and explained. So students, every student have to give this report after every unit. If 6 units are there, we have to get 6 reports from the students. The advantage of this methodology is that it leads the students towards passion on their selected subjects or specializations from first year onwards and to encourage and to execute their innovative ideas on their working projects, to create incubation centers to help them in commercializing good ideas, and to create the environment to have the proactive questioning capabilities, presenting techniques, and extensive exposure to industry. And it also helps students to structure and process knowledge and in turn make them as constructors of the knowledge. So these written will formats that I have showed also provide an ample scope of modern education technologies and active teaching methods such as the use of audio, visual content, slideshows, case studies, and storytelling through real world examples, so that students can easily understand the topic and they themselves create an interest. So here I have a scenario explained through video. Let me play that. So with this video, you can easily understand the concept of wit and will. Okay, so this is how we present written will. Actually, this is a non-CSA subject, but even though with this written will concept, anybody can learn the syllabus in a subject very easily. That's why I played this video. And for this written will concept, VNRVJIET also received an award. Senior President Dr. D.N. Rao Garu is receiving award for written will at Global Education Summit 2017 New Delhi. That's it. Thank you. Hope you understand the concept of written will. Sandeep sir?
Sandeep, to wrap up with all this, my dear students, like every unit, what you have learned, that you're going to relate to a particular example and then present it. Like something when we happen to view with our eyes, it will be more clear, isn't it? So maybe we can pick up some videos which will make us understand the concept, how it is going ahead, and it can be done. So this is what written will. This now maybe it's lengthy for representation, but once you into it, I have seen the competitive spirit among the teams where each one of them are coming up with the best example and they want it to be rewarded. Okay, now you can start off and start bothering your faculty while the units are in progress in your respective subjects. Sandeep, please. Next one.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Sir, am I audible, sir? Yes, sir. Thank you. Sir, is it visible, sir? Yes. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Good afternoon to all the parents and my dear students. Once again, welcome you all. When coming to the VNR differentiators, we all know here, these are some of the unique initiatives that we are following in our institute from the past. Here, you already know these are some of the concepts, some of the differentiators as one is a written will, and another one is a VNR lab protocol. Next one is a storyboard, and show and tell. We can tell these are some of the differentiators that we are implementing here. Now, you have been got a clear overview about what is a written will. Now we look into a VNR lab protocol. When coming to this VNR lab protocol here, Mrs. N. Shravani ma'am, Assistant Professor CSE Department of VNRVJIET, is a coordinator for this VNR lab protocol. When coming to this VNR lab protocol, a overview, we can have a brief overview regarding this one. Now, we can tell every practical subject will be composed of that means each and every practical subjects will have their corresponding laboratory, and the syllabus that has been designed for each and every lab syllabus will be designed by keeping a practicality in mind, and each and every concept that is related to each other so that because of this one, a student will have a clear idea about, they can have a practical implementation here in their mind. The syllabus, as we are having a syllabus, we are telling that it's a practicality. Whenever they are designing a syllabus by keeping a practicality in mind and the interaction of each concept related to one another, it will be in a systematic way. Now, whenever if it is in a systematic way, it will make the students to get understand easily, as well as they can understand a practical implementation of each and every concept that is related to it in a practical oriented way that encompasses a real world problem. Now, whenever we are coming to the lab syllabus, it will be composed of a number of cycles, and each cycle is related to one another. After, whenever, if you are making a relation to that one, which makes the student a better understanding and they can acquire and knowledge, from that they can develop an application called as a real world application. This one is a small overview about the VNR lab protocol. You can meet N. Shravani ma'am here in upcoming days whenever you are having the classes. Now we'll move on to the another initiative that is a VNR differentiators called the storyboard. I'm Jyoti, working as assistant professor in CSE department, VNRVJIET. I'm the coordinator for this storyboard. Now, when coming to the storyboard, we all know here a storyboard in the sense what actually it will have here. Now, we can tell a storyboard is a graphical layout, pictorial representation of implementing the concepts practically and finally integrating it in order to develop a real world application. We can tell a storyboard is one of the best way in order to share your vision. Usually, many of us will be having a vision, but will be unable to express our words. But with the help of a visual aids, which makes us easier in order to express and share your views with others, so that they can able to understand easily better than the words. And one of the best advantage here, it's a good advantage of this storyboard is it's going to save your time. Whenever in your future, if you want to revise any of the things, just you can overview the pictorial representation by taking with a glance, so that it is going to save your time. And we can tell the storyboard is a high-level interaction flow diagram which consists of a pictures and narrative text which are used for a motion pictures and animation. Usually the storyboard will be displayed and presented to the student before the commencement of a practical lab experiments, so that they will begin the concepts with an end in mind. So each and every student, they will have some idea how to build an application here with the concept that we are dealing right now. A story creates, usually a story will create an interest among the students. Not only it creates an interest, but it as well as here, it's going to sense their imagination. Let us take a simple calculator implementation. We all know we are using a calculator. Mainly we will use a calculator for calculating purpose. Everyone will use a mobile phone in order to have some calculations. But we are seeing here what is there in a calculator here. We'll see our numbers and we are going to see some of the operations we'll be having here. It's a physical device we are seeing here. But really you think here, we are not implementing it here. Whatever the device we are having, just we are using it. As a theoretical concept, we are using it. But whenever if you come to the lab-oriented subjects here, now there you are going to apply your logic. Whatever the concepts you are learning in your class, that is a theoretical point of view related to the lab-oriented subjects, that you are going to implement it in a lab sessions. Let us take an example of this one. Now, suppose if you want to implement a calculator, it's a simple basic example here. You're having some steps here. Now, what are the things we may require here? We may require a data. Here, what is a data in a calculator? It can be a numbers. You'll be having some numbers. Now, what is the next further step? Now, you see here, each and every step, whatever you are performing, you should apply some logic here in order to integrate it so that we are going to get an implementation. Now, in a step 2, we are getting a numbers. Now, whenever you get a numbers, you should want to store the numbers, whatever the numbers you are having, and later, whenever the user, if they require, it will be in a position to retrieve it. That means some logic you should apply on this step 2 here. Next, coming to the another step here, we are telling that some rules or constraints will be there. What are the rules and constraints here? Here the constraints may be, suppose think that if you want to perform any operation, either addition or subtraction, we can tell some rule as, suppose if you have been given a single number and followed by an operation. Can we get an output here? We can't get an output here. Just it will be showing that number alone. But we should make the user to know that minimum at least we require two numbers in order to perform an addition. That's some of the rules constraints you are going to apply in this logic. A simple logic here. Then next one is operator here. Next step is operator. Here, what are the operations we can perform in a calculator? We can perform an addition, we can perform a subtraction, multiplication, and division, and so on. That means you should know what are the operations that a calculator can perform, that you are going to apply it with some logic. So whenever the user is requesting that one, it should be in a position to restore it from him. Now another step here, whenever you are going here, is errors. Now, what is an error here? Suppose by mistakenly, if you have been pressed any of the things, for example, divided by 0 if I have been applied, what will happen? We won't get any result here. Then it should show some message to the user that divided by 0 is not possible. So that one you have to apply some logic and you should make the user to know that one. Some logic you are applying in order to overcome the errors. Why means the calculator itself, it can't overcome the error. You should apply some logic and you should place it. Then only it will be acquired in your application. Now, and finally, we are going to display the results. Again, in order to display a result also, you should have some logic and keywords in order to display it. Thus, you can see here a simple calculator here, how many step-by-step operations we are performing. If you have been missed any of the thing also, we can't get an accurate result here. That is a simple calculator. We can tell here it's a technical application where you can develop it. Now, with the help of this storyboard, what pictorially we are telling here, that means by integrating all the concepts, whatever you are learning theoretically in your class related to a lab-oriented subject will be implemented in your lab sessions. Finally, integration of all this one, with this you are going to implement a real-time application. That's one simple example. Now, let us go for one small story of a example called a story of a food. Now you are seeing here, we are having a cultivation of a grain. Suppose think that how the food grains are cultivated. If we are having, now that's completely a technical thing, but this one is completely a non-technical things. For your understanding, I have been kept this picture here. Now, finally, what is the end product we may require here? We may require a food grains here. How can we get a food grain here? We may follow several steps in order to get this one. What are the steps we may require? First of all, we should have a land. The farmer should have a land in order to perform that one. Land preparation has to be there, and the plant establishment has to be there. Water management has to be there. Why water management is required? At the initial stage, only a small amount of water is needed. But at the final stage and the middle one, we may require some lot of amount of water. So that there should be some water management. A flow of water, we can't put it at the initial stage itself. Now, again, nutrient management, pest management, harvesting, drying, storage, and then lastly, finally milling. Then you are going to get a product here. Then we can tell a food grain we are developing here. Now you see here how many steps we are doing. If we have been taken off any one of the steps from this one, we can't get the food grain at all. Each and everything plays an important role. So in your syllabus and under your concept, it's nothing that it's an important or unimportant. Each and every concept is related directly or indirectly in order to develop real world applications. Now this is a cycle. Now, last but not the least here, I want to give a message to my dear students that you see how much effort the farmers they are taking in order to cultivate the grain. But most of us, I have been noticed from our students, simply they'll be wasting their food here. For example, here they'll be taking a plenty of food in their plates and just simply they'll put it on in a dustbin. Now you see what are the efforts each and every farmer they are taking here in order to cultivate this grain. I think my dear students, they won't do it. But I require my students to motivate the others. Why means whenever, whatever the amount of food you require, everyone will know. So take that quantity of amount alone. Leave the rest of the things for others who is in need of it. For example, who are serving to you here. If you are not utilizing that one, at least the server persons or waiters, they will use it. But if you have been put it in a dustbin, no one can use that one. It's a small message to my students. I want to give that one. Convey this one to your, my students won't do it this one, but I require my students to motivate the others not to do this one. Why means that much effort the farmers they are taking in order to cultivate the grain. For example, suppose think that in a land, whenever they are cultivating, suppose if it has been fallen down, every farmer they will pick that one, each and every grain they will pick it. Why means they know the efforts behind it. That's the important of it. With this is a small a message here. Thank you all for giving this opportunity. Thank you, Sandeep sir.
Jyoti, while wrapping this up, let me take a simple example.
Thank you, ma'am.
All of us are still kids. Okay, let it be whatever might be our age. At one point of time, you might have relished this chocolate which is in the market, Kinder Joy. Isn't it? Kinder Joy, there's so much of advertisement is also coming up with all on the television sets, everything. So Kinder Joy is like your subject. You enjoy the sweetness of it. Then inside it, you happen to find small bits and pieces of the tools, wherein finally if you're assembling, it is going to become a toy for you. Okay, so same is the case. Every bit and piece happen to be the cycle of experiments that are listed in your laboratory sessions. So when you are learning each and every tool of it, finally when the complete cycles of your laboratory are over, it turns out to a product. That product is in the form of a story. That is, you're building up a story about around the concept, what you're learning, while you're enjoying the essence of your subject in the form of a sweet. Each component that is embedded into the Kinder Joy toy on the other hemisphere of it, wherein it is enclosed within a cover. You pick it up, assemble it, and see that what it turns out to be. That is your story. So if you can best explain this, then show and tell is open to you. PV Rao sir?
Ma'am, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Please go ahead with the show and tell.
Sure. Thank you, ma'am. Welcome all again. This is for me. This is the second time to meet virtually. Very glad to see you. Okay. And now I come up with the concept of show and tell, one of the VNRVJIET differentiative and very unique one. Okay. The name it is unique, but nowadays everybody is talking about Smart India hackathons. Wherever you go, you can listen this word. Okay. But now each and every organization, whether it is a big or small, they are using this concept. Okay. So we named it as, we don't want, we should be unique, we should be stand apart from others. So we named it as a show and tell. Okay. So let me share my screen. So give me 2 seconds. And I hope my screen is visible. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, by looking at this slide, and this is one of the survey conducted by one of the consultancy with 650 employers and 1500 students, college graduates. From them, they have collected this information and put it in a storyboard. It is also one of the initiative we have explored now. Okay. So there where these newly graduate students are lagging up. Okay. So that orange one is where they have lagged, and employers what they are looking for. They require the critical thinking skills and communication skills, listening skills, and interpersonal skills. Okay. And I will also come up with one more slide, the same. And this is one more doubt, as some of the parents are asked that is this domains are required, pretty much required or not. See, by using of this automation will come into picture. Once automation is coming into the picture, whether they harm or what. This is also some of the statistics. At 2018 it was done. Okay. So where you are good at, what are all the four I have listed? If you are good at these four, CLCI, communication skills, listening skills, critical thinking skills, and interpersonal skills. And if you by heart your things, your memory skills is not required, your quantitative skills are not required, your percentages we don't require. Okay, employers are not looking at your percentages, not at your memory skills, not at your computer skills and ability to repeat. If you do one task many number of times, they don't worry about that. What they are looking is you should listen them. You should think when they are given the situation, you should think in depth of it, critical thinking. Okay, and you have to explain the things, how you have the communications, and how you are mingle with your colleagues and your peers. These are all about the interpersonal skills. So these are the things they require, and how you will provide all these things to our students. And moreover, this show and tell is as part of my discussion there, our colleagues said that it is at final year and third year. So you are going to do a mini project as well as major project. Mini project will be at the third year, second semester, and major project will be at final year, second semester. But we are giving you opportunity to do each and every semester a course-based project. If you are doing a good course-based project, if you are willing to express your work, if you would like to showcase your work, whatever the project you have done, we will provide the opportunity to showcase your work at show and tell platform. So don't think in such a way that sir, this is not it's not our cup of tea. We are in the first years. No. Even a 9th year kid, 8th year kid, they are doing apps and they are showcasing their skills. And in one of the cybersecurity, very recently, I think most of the people have heard that news, read that news. So 8th class student and 12th class student are giving the classes to the cybersecurity classes to the police department. Right? So don't think that we are in the first year, we don't show and tell is not belongs to our. It's not our part, and it's not our cup of tea. Okay. So, but each and every student has to do from the first semester itself. We have introduced the concept of one more VNR differentiator is called as course-based project. Where also project is there. So whenever you have the project board, you can come and showcase your work and discuss. So with that, what are all the advantages we are going to get? If may ask that question, I have some PPT, not PPT. I have some material to showcase to you. Okay, and these are all the things at 2018, but we come up with our show and tell concept from 2016, 15, 16. See, we are thinking beyond for your sake. Okay. So it's a 2018 survey, but we have started this concept of show and tell from 2015 and 16. You can observe that at 8th row, show and tell details of the year 2015-16. It's every year practice, it's a academic calendar activity. It's not a 1 month or 2 months. It's academic calendar every day. If you go at that location, once you visit the campus, every day they will one or other activity will be there at that respective position. So might be CSE, might be mechanical, might be automobile, whatever it may be. So one of the team will showcase their work. If you are interested, you can go and visit and have that on project. There you will get the listening skills. Okay, what they have done. So think about that project. So can I do some betterment to that? Is it possible? Critical thinking. That's what one of the major required for the graduate student is critical thinking. So they have done up to that part. Can I do better? So think and listen to them and communicate them. And if you are interested with that project, you can combine with them interpersonal skills. That project I have done, it is up to some level. So can you extend that project and take their help? And are you mix with them? Come and we join with them and do that project. Okay, there you will get the interpersonal skills as well as once you are communicating with others, automatically your communication skills will improve. And once you are go to that show and tell and you are discussing or listening at their project, you will get the listening skills. And if you have that, if you like that project, you will think that project, yes, they have done this one. So can I do better than that? Your thinking skills and critical thinking skills also will be raised. Okay. So what are all the lagging of the graduate students? We have incorporated with the one of the VNRVJIET differentiative that is called as show and tell. Sir, what is the benefit of it once we have go to that one showcase or this? So what is my knowledge will be, my idea will be taken by some other, they will extend that. You may people will think that. I will show you one more slide for that purpose. Okay, and this is also one of the academic based skilling bills, stage one. Once you are saying that you are employment ready, okay, whenever you will, a company will accept you is, you have to have these stages. Not stage one is about the knowledge, your percentage or your subject. They don't require that at stage one. Interdisciplinary approach. If you are CSE, you have to tie up with your ECEs or triple E's or mechanical, some interdisciplinary approach they required. And have, yeah, sir. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, sir. Just 1 minute, sir. Oh, yeah, thank you, thank you. Yeah, this academic based skilling is required once you have the idea, share with your friends, and you will get some interdisciplinary approach, you will get some practice, practical knowledge will be developed while doing the project, and mentorship, will you share your ideas, you can share, your seniors will guide you. Okay, peer-to-peer learning is much better than the student and teacher relationship. Okay, so your seniors will help you, will mentor you to do your things. Okay, so this is what actually I have not yet started because of time constraint. Yes, of course we may get some time to discuss all about it. Okay, so thanks for your giving me the opportunity, Sandeep sir. It's on all the best for your future endeavors. Yeah, Sandeep sir. Yeah.